All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak in the Bag Show, 6 o'clock Eastern Time for Friday afternoon, the last show of the week, June 29th. Jimmy the Bag, I went over the numbers. I'm up 1 unit in MLB this week. You're actually up several units in MLB. You had a positive week in MLB in our shows.
Yeah.
And that's not counting the weekend plays on the Coors Fades that were also winners.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, but I feel like I can get back. I feel like I can get back in business. I worked my ass off this last few hours.
Yeah?
I capped all the WNBA games and capped all the CFL games and went over all the MLB games again. I also found out that the Costa Ricans have no respect for the hot dog. No respect whatsoever.
Okay.
So I don't feel great. And I'm looking forward to get back to Michigan, go somewhere where they respect the hot dog. But I hammered WNBA really hard, and I'm a little uncomfortable with some of the plays. I know that King Rail's on the sky, and sadly, unfortunately, I'm taking a shot with the Liberty. Okay. I'm very uncomfortable not being on the same side as him. But he likes a first half over on a spot where I like the full game over. And I destroyed the CFL games. I'm ready to get to fucking work. I'm ready to finish this Friday off with some cash.
Yeah, let's get to work. I'm fidgeting here. I'm touching myself. I'm adjusting my whole outro.
Sure.
But yeah, I want to break the hell down out of these cards, out of these games. In MLB, there were a bunch of leans that I was thinking about, and only gave a few of the picks that I was thinking about on the morning show. And of course, we got a lot of a great analysis. It was one of the best MLB group analyses that I've ever seen in the morning show from the comment section. A lot of people making valid arguments on both sides for a lot of these interesting MLB games. Of course, it was a pitching change in the Mets game, yes. So Jimmy the Bag, our Mets plays on the and then the Marlins plays were all canceled. These are the plays that are hanging right now. I've got Baltimore -1. That's at 214, plus 214. I've got the White Sox -1. That's at plus 186. White Sox, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. I've got Milwaukee, Cincinnati to score in the first, yes, -138. White Sox, Texas, score in the first, yes, -157. Tampa Bay, first 5 innings, money line, plus 175. And San Francisco, -1 at plus 226. So those are all my plays that are hanging right now. I got a lot of leans that I'm thinking about as well. Here are Jim's plays. Jim took KC Seattle under 8. Tampa Bay, team total over 2.5, -130 for the full game. Also, the Houston Tampa Bay over 7, -115. White Sox Texas, first half over 6. White Sox Texas full game over 10.5, and the White Sox -1.5 at plus 225. Leans I was thinking about, obviously, in the Milwaukee Cincinnati game. Thinking about overs. The first 5 innings over 5.5. The Milwaukee and Cincinnati first 5 inning team total overs at 2.5 on both of those, and Milwaukee on the second half is also a play that I'm leaning towards. Also thinking about the Philly and the Yankees second half money lines at plus 105. Also thinking about overs in the Atlanta-St. Louis game. St. Louis team total over 4 -144 was a lean in the morning show. Thinking about first half over and full game over in the St. Louis game. Thinking about unders in the Detroit game, despite the fact that some people are saying that they don't trust Stroman here. I was thinking about full game under at 9, first 5 innings under at 5, and the Detroit first 5 innings team total under at 2. Also thinking about throwing on the White Sox full game team total over at 4.5, -127. Also thinking about, and I guess that's about it. Also thinking about the second half unders in the Yankees and Phillies games at 3.5 each on those, and that's pretty much it for my leans. Vaguely thinking about under 9 in Washington, Philly, and under 10 or 10.5 in the Angels-Baltimore game. That's about it for the plays that I'm thinking about. I'm almost definitely going to throw on some plays in the Milwaukee-Cincinnati game. A lot of interesting lines here. Real Muto is back for Miami. That's from Tomarino Tomor. Let's get to some comments here. Underdog says, thanks for always being here for the Grind Guys best show in the universe.
Love Underdog.
First, people said best sports betting show on YouTube. Then they said Then they said best show on YouTube. Period. Now, Underdog saying best show in the universe.
You have to read what Zigzag Man just wrote.
Oh, shit. Oh, there you go. Zigzag Man says, got a new dog from the pound this morning, and I named him Lowbag.
We need pictures of Lowbag.
Yeah, we got to get some pictures.
Up on the wall, man.
True
get
story.
Spidey, Lowbag up here.
Love this show. Love this show. I want to just, I want to be sitting in front of some dickhead media executive and be like, listen, people are naming their dogs after our shows, and watch the look on that asshole's face when he hears that.
I want to meet Lowbag. We need a picture. We need a picture. That's such wonderful news.
Who do I hate? I hate executives. I hate CEOs. I hate bosses. I hate all that shit. CFOs are okay, but executives, I hate them. I just hate them. All right, let's see.
Bill Butler says, good evening, everyone. I just got my new cologne in the mail.
Oh, very nice, very
I
nice.
smell absolutely fucking amazing.
There you go. Anthony L says, this is the best show ever. Anthony L, thanks for all your awesome friggin' MLB analysis going back a long time now. Anthony L giving us some invaluable breakdowns, statistically informed on MLB, has definitely helped us day to day and in general. Shout out to Anthony L.
My man Maxwell Smart, researching college basketball day in, day out, 87 days till college ball.
Yes.
He's going to be very, very helpful.
Word is Maxwell Smart it kills college basketball. Is that true, Jim?
He is the best that I've seen, the most informed.
Wow,
the best, yeah.
Really? Wow. That is going to be great. Hopefully we'll have Maxwell Smart on our team forever, as long as this show lasts. Which could be forever. It's possible, Jim.
Until we die arm in arm, right?
Absolutely. That's my dream in life. I just want this show to go on forever until the day I die. Bang, drop dead, fine. That's no problem. All right, let's see. What else do we have here?
Romeo and Juliet type death.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Let's see. The Reaver says, as Ronnie Coleman once said, yeah, buddy. You know Ronnie Coleman, right? That motherfucker didn't need a trembolone. He was just naturally gifted. Kingu AB About Business says, Pete Loshak, I got our new question and answer phrase for us. That sounds awesome. Let's hear it. Underdog, here we go. Underdog says, how good is Duke's freshman class? I mean, usually they're the top freshman class or one of the top 4 freshman classes in the country, right? Apparently this year they're even better than normal, huh? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Other comments. Anna Marak says, hey, Pete and Jim, I got to know, next week, big MMA week with 2 UFC events. Are we doing 2 days of MMA breakdowns or cramming it all into one big show? No, we will do 2 days of MMA breakdowns. Absolutely. Anna Marak is the one who specifically requested that we covered the Tuesday Contender Series. And I'm happy he did that because I gave 2 picks and both of those picks cashed. Those are 2 MMA units I got that I wouldn't have had if it hadn't been for Anna
Marak's parlay didn't end up hitting, but when he pulled that big dog, he said maybe a move on that big dog. I believe it was at plus 375. Did cash it. He's great, man.
Yes.
I'm very, very much looking forward to cap with him.
Here we go. Maxwell Smart 420 says, love the Gophers, Cornhuskers, and Michigan. I'm telling you, the problem with college basketball is there's 400 friggin' teams or whatever there is. So you really have to be very disciplined and know how to manage your time with all of your research. But if you can do that effectively, as apparently Maxwell Smart can, college basketball can absolutely be money, and it's the kind of value that you can rely on year in and year out.
He spends hours and hours on these small schools. He's got edges for years, man. I'm excited about it. Yeah, Scotty Rock hitting hard. This guy's hitting tennis, making a lot of bank off of tennis. Also, Lucrative Larry hit with Wozniacki.
Right. Very
Lucrative
nice.
Larry
Yes.
making that bank.
Tennis can be a great profitable sport as well. I definitely know people who make money of that. I just want to make sure there's no great comments that we're missing here, and then I want to go on.
Yellow Jesus is joining us. Says Jim, what up, Pete? Let's get this cash, baby. Love you guys. Nice to have Yellow Jesus blessing our picks.
Yes, shout out. Let's see. Anthony L says, last Lowback show of the week. I'm going to feel empty inside this weekend. Huge shout out to Anthony L. Why couldn't the whole world just be made up of commenters from our section instead of having all the dishonest scumbag executives and assholes in the world that there are? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's Zach Kenkel's birthday.
Stop
everything.
Oh God.
Heading out tonight for my birthday. Okay. Lone WNBA tonight on the Liberty Sky over 162. Let's get 7 in a row.
Wow.
He's straight fire right now. Could
really?
You give Zach Kenkel a birthday match? Because he's about to go out and get it started, man. About to go get lit.
Huge shout out to Zach Kenkel. I don't have any picks for you. I'm begging for picks from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
We're gonna flip the script here. Instead of me giving Zach Kenkel a pick, we're going to to beg Zach Kenkel for a pick, and he's given it, right?
Giving it.
He loves the Liberty Sky over 162. Interesting. Well, I hope you're right. I already did give in the morning show Sky first quarter over 20 and first half over 40. Those are team totals. And Zach Kenkel liking the full game over, which is interesting because the Liberty, sometimes disappear offensively. Now they're on a back-to-back. I don't necessarily think that, teams like the Aces and Dallas, big offensive-oriented teams that like to push the pace, when they're on a back-to-back, a lot of times you don't see, the tired legs don't matter with teams like those. But with a team like the Liberty, I'm concerned that it might affect a team like that, a team that's not so great offensively at times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to break these games down. I'm starting to get the fever for WNBA. I'm enjoying it. A couple things I want to. Marco Lou, my man, Marco Lou says, "Can you guys work 7 days a week? Fridays become Monday. Mondays become the best day of the week for me. We love you, Marco Lou." And then Kyle Jack, listen to this. Kyle Jack is something we need to bank on. Says, if you guys ever need some rugby picks, let me know.
Oh shit!
Main sport here in South Africa, something new and plenty of value to be had. We do need them.
Who is that?
Kyle Jack.
Kyle Jack.
Straight out of South Africa. Kyle Jack, we need that.
Let's write down his contact info. Kyle Jack. I don't know how we get in touch with us. Yes, we would love to have rugby picks. Yes, absolutely. And Kyle Jack, he's in main sport here in South Africa. Kyle Jack, if you have any buddies who handicap cricket, we'd love that as well.
For sure.
Cricket is a great sport, actually very similar to baseball in terms of the stats that are involved. There's some very predictive stats in cricket.
King Rail's got himself a bottle of Henny, a quarter of train wreck.
Oh shit!
He's getting his Friday started proper, man.
Shit. King Rail, former porn star, King Rail, and current WNBA killer. Is on that Henny right now. All right, let's see what else do we have. The Truth SLRP says I think Liberty money line is safe. That's interesting. All right, I just want to get to some of these comments and then we'll get into MLB. Sure. Underdog says rugby would be great. I absolutely agree with that. Some of those kinds of sports can also have great value for people who know what to look for and have the time and inclination to do it. Let's see.
Ralph Porwando looking for a shout out. Got his first Social Security check yesterday.
Oh shit! There, really? Wow, Ralph Portuando, enjoy it. First Social Security check. Good to be old. You know what I'm saying? It's good just to make it one more day, no matter what age you are. You know what I'm saying? Here, shout out to Ralph Portuando, getting that Social Security cash. Getting that Social Security.
Getting excited, eh?
Spilled all over myself.
Excited.
Yeah. Zigzag Man played under in the Cubs game, and it's not looking good. I was all over that game with my bets, but I just didn't tweet him out because I don't know. But okay. Let's see. SM funny moment this AM show where Pete talking about his shirt. Laugh my ass off. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I am wearing the shirt for a reason. Not going to get into it right now, but
we're very interested.
Yeah,
we're very interested.
Nice reason.
Nostratoda says, very true, Pete. If I ever have time, I'll try to model cricket. One of the most profitable sports.
Who said that?
Nostratoda.
Yes, Nostratoda. Yes, absolutely. It is. The statistics can be as predictable. There's a lot of statistics similar to baseball because the statistics are individual. What's going on here?
King Rail says no porn star. Just was a young black kid with no direction and a ton of erection.
Hell yeah. I feel you. All right.
Anthony L said it's my birthday weekend. He probably is not enjoying this King Rail porn star talk, but he does say, I just got off work going into a week off of work, getting the drinking started. You deserve it, Anthony L.
I love cricket.
You deserve it.
All right, let's see. Aaron Escobar, are you guys not worried about CC tonight? He gave up 18 hits past 2 games against Tampa Bay. Those hits will turn into runs versus Red Sox. And Aaron Escobar in the morning show, someone told us that historically CC does not do well in the hotter weather, which will be the case tonight, which is why I'm leaning Yankees second half and maybe a shot with the Yankees on the second half under
Vic
as
Knowles
well.
Here, Yankees, 2 for the money. Yankees, Boston over.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Anthony L. Sunday is my birthday. You guys got to play for me. Don't say Baltimore. That's what I haven't even checked the pitching matchup for Sunday. But well, first of all, they're playing the Angels. The Angels are a beatable team. I can guarantee you that the universe will hand down a Baltimore win on Sunday because it is Anthony L's birthday, and he made that comment. I'm just going to quickly check what the pitching matchup is expected for the Baltimore game on Sunday, and then we'll get into today's handicapping.
Yes, I have additions.
Let's see. Sunday, July 1st, looking at it, that is Anthony L's birthday, and the pitching matchup is Deck McGuire against Kevin Gossman. There you go. A 1 o'clock
man,
game.
that
I
does sound good.
can guarantee you Baltimore is going to win that game. It might be a favorite though because Gossman is good and some whack job named Deck McGuire.
Deck McGuire, let's get a pick because we faded John Lamb just on a pick.
Hell yeah, Deck McGuire, 6'6", 220 pounds. All right, so he's a big tall guy who probably has a nice little reach. Yeah, gave up in his last appearance, gave up 3 home runs in 4 innings against Boston in Fenway. There you go. Oh, Nelly! I'm telling you, man, if you want, people say there are no locks in sports betting, which is not 100% true. There are a few locks here and there. One kind of lock is fixed games. The other kind of lock is situations like these. Baltimore, money line, Sunday is a lock. Oh, Nelly! Take a look at Fanside and Deck McGuire. Yeah, this guy.
His eyes are way too close together.
Way too close together and not entirely headed in the exact same direction as most eyes should be, right? Aren't most eyes supposed to be looking at the same damn thing?
No.
You can't be a major league pitcher with one eye looking at one thing and another eye looking at another thing.
Oh, man, he was the first round pick in 2010 for the Jays. 11th overall from Georgia Tech, man.
Wow.
Isn't that the first thing you do? Just go like this in front of somebody?
Well, yeah.
To see if their eyes follow?
Anyway.
And if they don't follow, if both eyes don't go in the same direction, you don't draft them?
Take a look at this dude, Deck McGuire's picture, and tell me if you want to bet on this motherfucker. I'm calling it right now. Lock. Baltimore Orioles on the money line Sunday for Anthony L's birthday. All right, now let's get into let's see. Let me just do a comment save here with all the awesome comments that are coming in.
No doubt. No, sir's right. Anthony L's born on Canada Day. Oh man, you gotta come up. Man, you gotta come up. Antoine Seymour's birthday coming up on the 4th of July.
Yeah. See, I wish we could have put that in the future. It would be great if we could put that on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, how great would that be? We need to get some up our tech game.
We do got up our tech game.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's funny looking.
John Garcia says, "Hey King Rail, what is a rusty trombone?" I've done that. I like that. That's one of my positions that I definitely will do on occasion.
A rusty trombone?
It's great. We don't have time for this now, Jimmy the Bag. All right, let's see. Yes,
rusty doesn't sound so good.
Mm-hmm. Adam Marak says, Pete, he's the only, here's the maybe benefit. He can throw a strike and watch the runner on first base at the same time. It's a massive advantage. That comes to us courtesy of Adam Marak. Very nice, nice one.
Your rusty trombone's horrifying and awful.
What?
Man.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I do it regularly, somewhat regularly. Used to do it, you know.
Oh, man. An act in which a man stands with his knees and back slightly torqued.
Yes.
With feet at least shoulder width apart.
Yes.
To expose his anus.
Yes. Love it. All right, let's see. What else do we have here, Jimmy the Bag? Let's get into MLB, Jimmy the Bag. How about that? All right.
No.
What's that?
Are you going to pull it out of the Pride Parade on Sunday, or am I safe?
I think this is one of the situations where you were saying stuff that I wasn't really listening to. What did you say just now?
Oh, come on.
All right, come on. Let's get into MLB.
Let's get into
MLB. All right, Milwaukee and Cincinnati. First 5 innings over, and both of the team total overs are plays I'm thinking about. Milwaukee on the second half is also a lean. I bet all of that, but I didn't give them as picks as yet. The question is, will Milwaukee tee off against Romano? And, Romano, once again, 2/3 of the time gets hit hard. 1/3 of the time has a surprisingly excellent start. 7 innings, suppresses runs, suppresses home runs. The question is what will we expect from him here? 2 of his last 3 starts have been good, and Chase Anderson in general seems very, very vulnerable, but he did have 9 strikeouts in his last start. You know, there were some people in the morning show saying that he's not that bad. I'm still thinking that we're going to see runs in this game. What do you think, Jim?
I can't focus.
What's going on?
I can't
focus?
Ah!
All right, come on. Ah! Let's get it together, baby. Let's get it together.
Semajay says, thanks for the best bet on my birthday pick.
Yes. Shout out. Who said that?
Semajay. Remember you gave Semajay the gold?
There we did. We did our best, Semajay. Looked over all the picks. I was like, man, if I had to give somebody a birthday pick, and we gave it to you. Boston -1 or -1.5, both from cash. Huge shout out to Semajay. You're welcome. Absolutely.
Brewers. Yeah. Brewers, Reds, Anderson, Romano. What's your move?
I was thinking about first 5 over, both of the team total first 5 overs. Milwaukee on the second half. I think I'm definitely going to give that one more time. Yes, I will give Milwaukee on the second half as an official pick, -125. But that is not really the one I was thinking about. I was thinking about the first 5 innings and maybe tripling up on this one. It's 5.5 -102, and the team totals are both 2.5.
Yes, I can understand the idea of fading Anderson here, thinking that he's going to get touched. With Yelich not in the lineup, the Brewers also don't have Lorenzo Cain. Before Aguilar started hammering the ball and before Thames came back, they were the best two offensive players. They were the guys that kind of the straw that stirred the drink. So without those two guys setting a table, I mean, you need runners on base, to have crooked innings, and I'm a little concerned.
Coco Bongo says, "Can I unhear the last 2 minutes?" Coco Bongo, yes. I like rusty trombones. I've done them. I do them somewhat regularly. Deal with it. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see. What else do we have here, Jimmy the Bag? All right, I just had to go for that one. I just had to go for that one. You know what I mean? It's not like the Eiffel Tower where I didn't know what it was. People were like, "Do you know what a rusty trombone is?" Yes, I know what a rusty trombone is. All right, so let's see. Let me think what I want to do here. First 5 innings, both of the team total overs. Which one of these? I see. It feels like both of them are going to get hit here, right? No?
Motherfucker. Romano has terrible numbers against these Brewers. 0 for 4, 6.27 ERA. Anderson has nice numbers against the Brewers, but at this point, I trust Romano more than Anderson. I agree. Both guys. All
right.
You got Yanks guy 30 with you. Nothing wrong.
Great.
Nothing wrong with a rusty trombone.
Nothing wrong. It can't be all work and all work and no play all the time. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Jimmy the Bag. All right, here we go. Tom Marino says Anderson has really struggled in hitters' parks, which is why his ERA is so high and so high at home. Anthony L says, I'm contemplating Milwaukee money line. Only reason I haven't bet it is I already have Brewers series price, so I already kind of need them to win tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think not having Cain and Yelich to set a table hurts them. Obviously. I mean, that's just an easy thing to say. But I like the way everybody likes the way the Reds are hitting right now. Unfortunately, Suarez and Jeanette have terrible numbers against Chase Anderson, but I just see Chase Anderson as a different pitcher this year than he was last year, and almost able to put lines through some of those records because he was awesome last year. And I don't know if it was Trembolone. Thank God I didn't say trombone there.
Yes.
I don't know if it's Trembolone or what, but it feels like he's a different pitcher right now. Justin Paul says, what's the first half over?
It's 5.5. If it was 5, no question, I would take it. 5.5 is pushing it a little bit. I don't know if I want to triple up. Maybe I'll just take both team total overs, but then it's like if one team puts up 6 and the other puts up 1, the first 5 soars over, but you still, lose out on the juice. So, but I think I'm going to, all right, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to take both team total overs. I'm going to take Milwaukee, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5, minus 102. That's at Pinnacle. And Cincinnati, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. That's minus 109, and that's at Pinnacle. And you know what? I will take the first 5 innings over as well. I'll triple up on it. I'm going to take the Milwaukee, Cincinnati, first 5 innings over 5.5. It's now minus 105 at Pinnacle, and you wager in a few other places. So
Miss J says, I think Romano gets touched.
Yeah.
Tolmore says, Anderson was good last year on the road, but he struggled in hitter parks for 2 years. I don't see him having success in this park.
Yeah.
Tough to gauge Romano.
All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to triple up. If I lose, I lose. But, I'm taking both team total overs in the first 5 innings, 2.5, and the both teams of the first 5 innings over 5.5, minus 105. That's at Pinnacle and a few other places. And Milwaukee on the second half, minus 125. So I've thrown all those in there, and that's it for that game. I've pretty much converted all the leans that I wanted to give on that game. Let's see.
Breaking news from Bill Butlicker: Alonzo Ball torn meniscus.
Oh,
wow,
shit!
That's a big deal. But we got to keep running.
Yeah.
Wow, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah. All right. I've also decided I will throw on the New York Yankees second half plus 105. I'm going to throw that one on there. Yanks second half plus 105. Don't really trust CC Sabathia in this spot. Erod seems like he's pretty decent. Erod seems like he has some life to his arm, but he tends not to go deep. I'm going to take the Yankees on the second half at plus 105. That's another play I'm adding on there. What else, Jimmy the Bag? Any other plays you want to add on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it concerned me that you were on the other side of this, but I am taking the full game over in Angels-Orioles. I do not trust Hess. I tried so hard to get on this Orioles train, but I just can't trust Hess, and I don't trust Felix Pena. I think this is a nice weather for offense here. I think this is a great opportunity for both teams to start hitting. And I just really think that I think Hess is going to get touched. And I know the Angels' offense has been nowhere to be found lately. Same with the Orioles, but we know that the Orioles do have big bats in their lineup, and I expect it to go over. Now, I wish I got this line earlier, but I'm going to jump on this over. And while you line shop for me, let me give a shout out to my man Ulysses Hayes.
Okay.
Peanut joining us. What a great guy.
Okay, Baltimore game. We can give you over 10 minus 120, minus 120 at Bookmaker. I was definitely thinking about the under on this one. Hess is no great shakes, but I think he can be okay for a few innings. Pena, again, yes, he has some serious issues as a pitcher right now in general, but he brings heat. He throws in the upper 90s, and I'm not sure I trust either of these lineups right now.
It's a beautiful night there, 91 Fahrenheit, almost no wind. Raul Portwando says good call on that Angels over. I really feel like this is a spot for offense. Hess has allowed 5 runs in each of his last 3 starts, 15 in total. And so I'm comfortable with the over here.
Okay, now let's move on to the San Francisco-Arizona game. Let's revisit that. Again, this is one of the most controversial games. This might count as the most controversial game of the entire card. Question is, what to expect from Corbin? Corbin, of course, had a great start in his last start at Pittsburgh, but I did say before that start, I said I'm down on Corbin in general, but not in this start. He was pitching at Pittsburgh against a lineup that can be held down. His last 3 starts at home have all been subpar, giving up a lot of runs, and I mentioned that I was leaning San Francisco in all kinds of ways and the overs in all kinds of ways as well, but the line has moved a bit in Arizona's favor and a clear market move to the under as well. It opened at 8, now it's down to 7, so a full run down in the morning show. A lot of commenters were saying that they love the Diamondbacks here. Others were saying that they also like the under, so everyone, including the market, seems to be going against my leans on this game. I did already give San Francisco -1. I'm thinking about giving the first 5 innings over, the full game over, and maybe San Francisco on the full game team total over at just 3. Jimmy the Bag, you have any updated thoughts on this game?
I do, and I too am going against you here. I'm on the Diamondbacks run line. I just see Corbin pitching well against this team. I feel like he has this team's number. I do not trust Suarez on the road. I do not trust Suarez against a Diamondbacks team that's actually hitting lefties for the first time in a few years. Tolmore says, first off, Maxwell Smart, big on the Diamondbacks today. Kingu about business, liking my over in the Baltimore Angels game as well. Tolmore saying, I bet Corbin last start, but he was in a good spot to bounce back against a Pittsburgh team that had just hammered him. San Francisco has great numbers against lefties. They hit for a high average against lefties, but they don't have any power against lefties. 246, 709 OPS, which means that the Diamondbacks have 63 points higher OPS against lefties with just a 5 points higher batting average. 2-0, 2.32 ERA and 3 starts against the Giants this season. Hako Schofield says, I'm with you, Jimmy. Scotty Rock says, I found it. I don't know what he's looking for, but I...
Nice, yeah, obviously. So all sorts of shit that we have no idea what's going on is always going on every day in the comment section. I wish I had 2 heads so I could have one to read the comment section and talk to the camera at the same time. And then when the videos weren't around, you know what I would do with my second head? I'd handicap cricket, I'd handicap esports, I'd handicap rugby, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Sure. Which head would be doing the rusty trombone?
No, I don't know. That's a whole. Oh, you're taking it to a whole other 3-dimensional level there, Jim. I don't know.
I'm surprised that this total keeps going down. Very surprised. Are you saying that there's 7s across the board now?
Yes, 7s across the board. The first 5 innings is 4 at plus money or 3.5. DJ Big Boss, I'm riding with Chapit over San Francisco game. Pimps up, hose down. Absolutely. That's what I'm thinking about. Pimps up, hose down, and taking the overs in this game, and I think I definitely have to do it. I'm going to convert my leans. I bet them, obviously, and
John Garcia has an interesting point. He mentioned this on the early show as well. Just left Miami Beach past game 1, thinking that they were partying last night.
Yeah, I'm on San Francisco here. I'm also on San Francisco on the team total overs, and I have to think about what I want to do here. I'm gonna take I think I'm definitely gonna take the full game over, which would be the full game over now that it's down to 7. Wow, why the hell would that be down to 7? Who's the umpire in this game? Let me just.
That's a good thing. There's got to be some reason.
There's got to be some reason why this line went so far down. Let me see. Here we go.
Bill Butlicker wondering if you like pork rinds.
Yes, love it, love him them.
Okay,
Love them.
I think the over. I think the over is a good spot. It's so low. Oh, my Dixie wrecked. Beautifully put. San Francisco run line there. Noah Lastark says. Oh, okay. So they're wanting people to hit the like button. I love Noah Lastark. I'm now following him on Twitter. Joshua Garay is his name, and thank you for being part of the Low Bag family. I think that this is a nice spot for the over. Is there a reason why it's gone down to 7?
I don't know. I mean, it might be someone with inside knowledge of how Corbin is doing. Suarez, of course, had a bunch of good starts in the row, but they were all kind of relatively easy assignments. You know, weaker hitting teams, hitter-friendly, pitcher-friendly parks. So I'm thinking that this might not be a great spot for Suarez either. I'm looking at the D-backs lineup, though. They got 4 lefties in the line. Well, Corbin counts lefty. So of the 8 position players, 3 of them are lefties. So, Jay Peralta and Jake Lamb. So, I don't know. I still feel like Suarez might be a little bit vulnerable here, but I got to be liking the Giants here. And I think I'm going to take the full game over. I don't really want to double up on the first half. If the first half doesn't go over, then I won't want to have a double up there.
I will take it with you.
You want it? All right, I'm taking the San Francisco game over. We're going to get 7 minus 114. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Jim is also taking the over 7 minus 114. And let me just quickly check. I was thinking about the full game team total over for San Francisco as well, which is it's now 3.5 at Pinnacle plus money though. And let me see what the full game team total over would be for 3 minus 130 at Heritage, and I'll take that one as well. I'm gonna bet on a subpar start here from Corbin. I'm gonna take San Francisco team total over 3 minus 130. That's the current line at Heritage right now. Okay, first 5 innings over is also a lean, but I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, I don't want to double up on the total here. I still like the Diamondbacks here. A lot of people saying nice things about Suarez. We know that he's a top prospect.
Yes.
But we're just not seeing it enough. Not seeing it on the road. Personally, 6.18 ERA in 6 road starts. Never pitched in Chase Field. That's not going to be easy.
Sure.
I'm comfortable. DJ Big Boss, my man Kai says you pimping now. That's the thing I'd like to be at, man.
Yeah, pimping.
Also,
you got to watch. Oh, I can hook you up with a lot of educational videos on YouTube. All right,
Mally Mal says, where the king of all kings at? King Rail.
He's here, isn't he?
I know he's here, but what about your Gabriel Rodriguez?
Is he here?
No, is this a slight?
Where the fuck Gabriel is? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm spazzing out here thinking of him making a big mistake, tripling up on a fade of Pat Corbin. I took the full game over, San Francisco team total over, and San Francisco -1. If Corbin comes in and has an 8-inning shutout start, which is entirely possible, then those are all going to be losers. But that's okay. And a lot of interesting comments coming in on Suarez. Tom Marino says, I think Suarez's number are lower than they should be because of how easy it is to pitch in San Francisco. He's getting hit hard on the road. On the other hand, Nostratota, Ralph Suarez is solid. Ralph Portuando says Suarez is the real deal. So Ralph Portuando and Nostratota, 2 guys you really respect, kind of high on Suarez.
I do respect them both very much. So, that does give me a little concern. King U as well, about business, liking Suarez. He says also, Jimmy, if Chen can hold down this lineup, I think Suarez can hold his own. And that's a good point.
Tomer I'm on the over at 7. King U AB about business. Suarez to get 5 strikeouts today, okay?
Norm L saying Nationals getting steamed hard. That was a play I wanted to make very badly, but got talked off. Here is a play I am making. Even though Nostratota is on the Athletics reverse run line, I am taking Trevor Bauer to have a big start here. He's looked excellent on the road. I'm taking the Indians on the run line. I know Oakland's coming off a 4-game sweep. They've won 9 of 11. Indians have won 8 of 10. I know they just lost 2 or 3 against St. Louis, but we're on a 7-game winning streak before that. Bauer is starting to having statement games. 140 Ks in 107 innings. With 10 Ks, he will tie the second most strikeouts in a month in Cleveland Indians history. With 16 Ks, he will break the record. I think he's going to have a nice start here. He's never won in Oakland. 5.14 ERA in 3 starts. But in saying that, I don't trust Blackburn at all. Alternating good and bad starts. He allowed 6 runs in 8 innings 6 runs and 8 hits in 5 innings in a loss to Chicago on Sunday. That's supposed to mean he's going to have a good start here. I don't really believe that, and I'm taking Indians on the -1.5 run line.
Okay, Jim's going to take Cleveland Indians -1.5. Let me find it. Where is that? Cleveland Indians with Bauer going. We can give you 100, 100, 100, and yeah, that's what we can give you. We can give you plus 100. Jim's going to take Cleveland run line plus 100, right, Jim?
Yes, and
right.
a lot of people on it here. Zigzag Man on that. Jimmy got Tribe -1.5. Mele Plus Ways on Indians first 5 -1.5 and full game run line.
Yes.
And Anthony L says -130 is high, but Bauer is a bad matchup for the A's. And Joe Kim is on the Bauer prop for over strikeouts over 7.5.
All right. Sorry guys, if I dropped the ball on a few jokes over the past 5 or 10 minutes. I'm really just mostly honing in on this huge MLB card where I've got a lot of leans. You know, I feel like I dropped the ball on a joke or two in the past. No, everything's fine.
No,
everything's cool. All right. Let's give a huge shout out to Big Dave. Check this shit out, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Just got back from Vegas. Spread the word about your show to everyone I met at the Sportsbooks. Shout out to Big Dave. Thanks so much. We got to cut this guy a check somehow. I'm always saying that people got to send a check to us for various reasons. We got to send a check to Big Dave
there
for that.
It is.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Big Dave. That means a lot, man.
Huge shout out to Big Dave.
Yeah, Big Dave.
Big Dave. Big motherfucking Dave. Shout out. All right, let me see. What else do we have? Other comments going on here. Let's see. What do we have here? Nostratota. Trevor Bauer laying Chris Sale numbers on the road. At least one of us, Jim, wins. So it sounds like Nostratota's on the other side of you.
Yeah, I say he's on the reverse run line, and he's a plus EV guy. He's getting a huge number here on a team that's winning.
Yes.
I can't fault him at all for that. Seeing Nostra's plays has got me off a couple plays, and but one or two, I decided that I had to keep going with it, and I'm doing it here. Charles Stark joining us right now.
Shit.
Stark raving totals 2-0 yesterday.
Very nice.
We know that you're very sharp, Charles. Chicago White Sox, Texas over 10.5.
Yes, that's a no-brainer play. I was thinking about taking that one myself.
I doubled up on that play. Thank you, Charles Stark.
And here we go. Bella B96 says, let's keep a brisk pace, guys. We got promised more time on WNBA and CFL in the morning. That's true. All right, Jim, let's, for the next 15 minutes, talk twice as fast. Okay, Charles Stark raving totals 2-0. He likes the over in that one. I was thinking about that one as well. I was definitely leaning that way. First 5 innings, over 6 is definitely a lean. Jim has already given that one 2 ways. I took both teams to score in the first inning, or a score, yes, in the first inning as an official play, and I think I might throw on some team total overs as well. Jimmy the Bag, what do you got? Remember, talk twice as fast as normal if you don't mind.
I'm all good. I'm in business.
Okay.
All my plays are in. All the additions I wanted to make are in. I almost made a move on Teheran, and the Braves I decided not to. I do think that Mikolas can be touched. I almost made a move on the Tigers, but concerned about Stroman and you being on the unders helped me take that play away. I'm very interested in the Nationals. I've been interested in them all day, but Nostra thinks Pavetta's a stud. And what are your feelings on Pavetta?
I don't know, actually. I'm concerned. I'm not exactly sure. I have to look into him more. Obviously, he's got filthy stuff. The question is, how reliable is he? Yes, I'm not exactly sure. Lamont Williams says, what's up, Pete and Jamie? The best show. I got a poly today. I'm taking Mets money line, Milwaukee money line, Detroit line, first half money line, New York Yankees full game under, and I'm leaning towards Oakland A's. Shout out to Lamont Williams, Jimmy the Bag.
Lamont Williams.
All right.
That's another guy on the A's. Kobe Valentine also liking the A's -1.5. It's very concerning.
Wow.
But they're getting a huge number. Like I would have got with the Tigers. I would have got -1.5 with the Tigers. Would have got plus 365.
Yes, Big Dave says that's right, guys. You should have tons of new listeners. Let's save this. Let's send this dude a check.
Yeah,
we're gonna figure out how to get a check to this motherfucker. Thank you so much, Dave. All right, let's see, Big Dave. Let's see other comments. Tomarino, here we go. I think teams are figuring out Mikolas. They are stacking lefties as Atlanta will do. I think there's some value Atlanta at plus 130 or higher. I was thinking that as well. That's another game where I have leans now. In the morning show, I was thinking about St. Louis. The more I looked into it, I've always been liking over in this game. Then I started to think maybe Atlanta on the -1.5 line might be worth a shot as well.
Dark Ken has a nice point on Pavetta. He did look good until it started to rain, and then he even came back after it started to rain, which was impressive.
David Morrissey, love Cleveland -1.5. Here you go, Kobe Valentine. Yes, loves Oakland. It's my second best bet behind Yankees -1.5. So Kobe Valentine obviously not concerned about CC today, or he thinks that there's just as much reason to be concerned about Erod. Let's see, what other comments do we have here? I'm looking for other comments.
Justin Pauls likes Atlanta. So also says Tigers are in a free fall. I think Tomar's right about Mikolas getting touched a little bit more. He's still a good pitcher, but he's definitely not used to this many innings.
Yes.
Definitely not used to this much heat.
Who?
Mikolas.
Oh, Mikolas. Yes. Mikolas.
It's a hot day. He played in San Diego before and then in Japan. He's not going to be used to this kind of heat.
All right. My problem is I would move on right now, except I got a lot of leans I'm thinking about. Let me just look at the card and tell you what are the leans that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Philly on the second half, and I'm thinking about the second half under in that one. I'm thinking about unders in the Detroit-Toronto game. Those are definitely leans. I haven't given any of those yet. I was thinking about, again, taking the White Sox in other ways. First 5 innings over the team total. I still haven't given those. Thinking about giving Atlanta -1 and overs in that game as well. Those are the only games that I have leans on. So I have to make decisions about these. You know what we could do, Jim? You've done a lot of WNBA and CFL research, haven't you?
I have. I'm ready
All
to
right.
rock.
How about let's do this? How about why don't you take the next 5 or 10 minutes to discuss those sports, and while you're doing that, I'll make final decisions, and in the middle of it, I'll let you know what official picks I'm making.
I guess we should do
line.
WNBA first because
Yes.
that's up.
Yes,
okay, why don't we move on to WNBA?
Right.
Before we do, let me give a shout out to SM. Remember, he said my golf Quicken Loan tourney pick was Molinari at plus 1,800, sitting in second place after 2 rounds. Excellent work, SM. Thank you.
There have been a few people, maybe SM as well, who have given golf picks that I've noticed that have cashed over the past few months. Yeah. I just it's just too much stuff to cover, but we should start writing this stuff down so we can give people props.
And SM deserves it.
Here you go. Teddy B, one guy who we've given multiple props out to. We're talking about double-digit props over the past month or so. Yes. He says, Loshak Jim, 2 big, huge 2-unit plays for me. Dodgers, Rockies over 7. And first 5, both team totals over in Texas White Sox over 6. Love them. Huge. Yes, I would be agreeing with that. Obviously, Charles Stark agreeing with that as well. All right.
Lamar Williams says, if you want to make money, this is the show to watch and listen and learn. And Pete,
yes,
I like St. Louis solo under.
A solo under, yeah. Really. So he's who said that? Lamont Williams. So he's liking a good start from Tehran. Yeah, I mean Tehran. He's really a really tough pitcher to figure out. His last start was horrible. 2 starts ago, he was had a no-hitter going. But over his last 7 starts as a group, he's been terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's a fadeable guy in general. CC Fitness, Texas White Sox Slugfest. Justin Paul's laughing at me. He says, Pete, don't take Philly second half. LOL. Okay.
Some kind of guy says, shout out to the bag from Australia. Mm-hmm. Red Sox today.
Shout out. Let's see. Anthony L. liking Pavetta. Over 6.5 Ks plus 125. Although just because someone gets a lot of Ks doesn't mean they're going to have a good start. Exhibit A, Chase Anderson, right? Gets a lot of Ks, but also gets hit. All right, let's see. What else? All right, Jim, why don't we move on? WNBA. There's a couple of WNBA plays I'm thinking about as well, but why don't we get to your WNBA takes, and I will look at the MLB lines here.
Okay, the only spot I'm uncomfortable is one against going against the Sky, because I know King Rail is on the Sky. Mm-hmm. So that's the only play that, and I've made these bets at a half unit each. I've made these bets already, and that's the only one I'm uncomfortable. I'll get to that in the second game. Why don't we just go in order? Phoenix, yes. Indiana, Mercury on the midst of this season-long 4-game road trip. I'm looking at this game, and I'm off of it because my fear is this a letdown spot for the Mercury. They're on this long road trip. They stopped their 2-game losing streak in a really nice showing against New York. Taurasi was awesome, 27 points, made her first 7 3-pointers. Phoenix goes 14 for 23 from 3. Now they head to Indiana, and that just screams letdown spot to me. Indiana heads home after losing its 4th straight game, 14th in 15 outings. They lost 101-89 to the Connecticut. They're getting a lot of production from this rookie duo of Victoria Vivians and Kelsey Mitchell. Candice Dupree, when she steps up, they do have 3 spots. But saying all that, I can understand why you'd look at these 2 teams and say Mercury are the play, but I just feel like this is letdown spot written all over it.
So you're liking
nothing. I'm just staying off of it. I can't take Indiana. They're too bad of a team. And seeing the Mercury step up to stop that small 2-game losing streak after they'd gone on a nice winning streak, I just feel like this is a letdown spot.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that it might be a sneaky nice play on Indiana plus the points, and maybe a sneaky nice play on the under, and maybe a sneaky nice play on the Phoenix team total under. I agree with you. It might be a little bit of a letdown spot.
When I see King Rail on Mercury first half and full game, there's not a chance I would take Indiana here. just don't feel comfortable
Right,
with the spot.
right. I was thinking. I think that even if Mercury does get a nice cover here, would not be a surprise because the Mercury can be a tough defensive team. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix gets like an 80-66 type win. Where they get a comfortable cover, but still go under their team total. And right now it's 84.5, and I was thinking that might be worth a shot. The
Dark
under
Kent's on the over Fever
in
Mercury.
the Phoenix in the Mercury Phoenix game. Yeah. All right. Okay, Jim. What else would you like to discuss with us?
Well, Twatty Latte, who is always such a voice of reason, says, I'm one of the originals in this chat, and
Yes.
I hate how there's so many beefs now. There is a lot of beefs on this
Are
chat.
there? There's one going on right now?
He just says, just not enjoyable anymore. I just wish the best for all our chatters. No jealousy. I
Yes.
want us all to win.
Absolutely. I didn't see any beefs. Where's the beef?
But let's keep rolling.
Okay.
That is he's a voice of reason always.
Huge shout out to original, one of the very, very first original awesome chatter commenters.
And the funniest.
Twate Latte. Sometimes you get lost in the mix. We're gonna take we have a lot of shit to cover right now, but we're gonna take 5 or 6 seconds right now just to acknowledge Twate Latte, the Twat Man. How you doing?
Man.
Spreading twatty juice wherever he can. Huge shout out to you, Twate
And
Latte.
he will be in Vegas for the IFBC.
He will, and he'll be in Pittsburgh for the rest of MLB season with a great read on the Pirates in general, right? He follows this team religiously and very, very carefully. His opinions on the Pirates and Pittsburgh area teams are second to none. We've just taken 5 or 6 seconds out, to give a big 5 or 6 second shout out and acknowledge Latte.
Latte, man.
All right.
He
Hell
is
yeah.
the best.
Hell
So,
yeah.
and Lil E, liking the under that you're on. Chicago and New York. I mean, Liberty have lost 6 of 7. They looked really good against the Mystics last night, down by 13. They battled all the way back and then got, screwed by the Della Don buzzer beater. Their defense seems to escape when they need it most. They've allowed at least 80 points in 10 of their 14 games. Chicago averaged 72 points during a 6-game losing streak. Now they're averaging 95 points in the last 2 games. Is that something that we can realistically see moving forward? Diamond Shield scored 23 points, top double digits 8 times, reached 20 points 3 times. Ali Quigley also rolling in the last 3 games. I'm a little concerned here, obviously. And these are thankfully they're half unit plays, and I don't need to be but I don't want to go against Real ever in WNBA. But I just feel like New York is at home, and they're a better team than Chicago. Hearing some of the things that the team was saying about their record and their performance and how they expect to be better, and watching them battle back. My only worry is they expended too much energy in that comeback against the Mystics. But I'm taking New York here at home to take care of business against the Chicago. And King Rail says, no, Jim, Mystic aren't as good as people think. And Mystics play down to their competition. Tomor says, the Liberty went all in against Washington, and that loss was brutal. Chicago isn't a good team, but I think it's tough to back the Liberty. I hear all that. And I'm going to... Now, if I lose this game, maybe I'll just not study and just tail. But right now, I really do think that that New York showed something. And now they're going up against a team that is weak, and it's a must-win situation. Dark Kent is on the Chicago-New York under, and I believe I missed a Charles Stark total here. Stark Raving totals New York Sky over the 162. Yeah.
My advice to you, Jim, if I was listening to what you're saying, if you're right on this game, I think the Liberty's edge will be much stronger in the first half and first quarter than full game. If I were going to pull the trigger like you're about to pull the trigger, I would definitely prefer the first half or first quarter or both to the full game. Just FYI, I have taken the Sky first half and first quarter team total over, so I'm happy to hear that people are liking the overs in general in this one. I'm just concerned about the Liberty's ability to do well offensively in a spot like this. They're not an offensive juggernaut type team, and they are in a back-to-back. So I would Jimmy the Bag. My advice to you, and obviously after I'm giving this advice, I could easily see Chicago winning the first half and first quarter, and the Liberty come back in the second half. So who knows? But I'm just telling you my thoughts.
And I thank you for doing that. I've already bet with a half unit. I've already bet the full game. I've written the note down that you're saying first half, and maybe in the future I won't make a bet before I go in and I'll talk it out, because I do hear what you're saying. In saying all of that, I'm going to take the Liberty on the full game.
Right now, -3.5, -105. -3.5, -105. That's the current line at Bet Online. -3.5, -105.
And there's no doubt that I have a ton to learn in WNBA, and I'm going to be listening as much as possible, but I'm going to back the breakdowns that I made.
So anyway, I made some decisions, and I wrote them down. I'm going to quote the lines that were when I made the decisions. I am going to go with Atlanta -1 against St. Louis. The money line on that one, +134, and the alternative run line, +240. I am going to join Jim. White Sox, Texas, first 5 innings, over 6, -114.
And Charles Stark.
Yes, and I've already given the White Sox first 5 innings, team total over 2.5, and I'm also going to take White Sox full game, team total over 4.5, -132. White Sox full game, team total over 4.5, -132. Plays I'm still thinking about are I'm thinking about taking the second half under in the Yankees and Phillies games both. I'm also thinking about unders in Detroit, Toronto. First 5 under 5, full game under 9, and Detroit first 5 innings under 2. I'm thinking about that. I'm also thinking about throwing on some Texas Rangers team total overs as well. I was thinking about throwing on Atlanta and St. Louis overs, but the market appears to be headed down a little bit on that one, so that concerns me a little bit. I'm not exactly sure why there would be line movement to the under on that one, so maybe I'll hold off. But once again, I've added Atlanta -1, White Sox Texas first half over, and White Sox full game team total over 4.5. And I'm thinking about further plays that I'm going to add on in MLB. All right, Jim, you want to move on to CFL?
I have two more plays in WNBA,
okay,
but there's a CFL game going off in. Right, the Ticats game goes off in 10 minutes.
Yes.
So listen, so can I break that game down real quick?
Let's jump to that one right now, and then we're going to go back to WNBA.
Go back to WNBA. All right. Masoli looked very good against an Eskimo defense dealing with injuries. But he looked very good. Named CFL Top Performer of the Week, completed 19 of 29 passes, 332 yards, and even with those injuries, doing that on the road is very impressive. 7 consecutive 300-yard passing games for Masoli. He knows that Johnny Football is right there in the wings, and he's stepping up his game. 3 Ticat receivers eclipsed 1,000 yards last year, and they're already among the leaders this season, and that is not going to change. Brandon Banks is the real deal. Alex Green, as you guys, Americans will remember, formerly of the Packers, and looked like he was a third-round pick, looked like he had a chance, but injuries affected him. He's dealing with a hand injury, and then this Canadian, Mercer Timmons, comes in and looks awesome. So that was going to be the problem with the Ticats, is they weren't going to be able to run the ball. Then Timmons comes in, and you have a Canadian in that spot, which helps so much because you have to play a certain amount of Canadians. So he looked great. He ran for 133 yards. Now, Streveler looked incredible. And now we have 2 old-timers making up a game plan to stop Streveler. I know everybody's sexy pick right now is the Bombers in this game, but I am not on it. I am on the Ticats. I know that Streveler's 2-game totals are absolutely incredible. 6 passing TDs, 4th in CFL rushing. That's amazing. But now we got June Jones putting something together, and I think that him and the defensive coordinator, who we talked about so much, who was the coordinator of the Oilers and the Falcons in the NFL, will come up with a play. The Bombers had a bit of a scare with Andrew Harris. He is going to be back in the lineup. He's going to be fine, so that's not a problem. But they are going to lose Anthony Gator, 6-game injured list. He's tied for 4th with the most tackles in the league. That's a big loss. They're getting Maurice Leggett back. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think what the Ticats did in those 2 games in Alberta is extremely impressive. I think they're going to be the best team in the Eastern Conference this year, and I think they're going to be very, very tough to beat in Tim Hortons Field. I think they cover the spread here. You think so, huh? All right. So what do you want? You want Hamilton, right? Yeah. Hamilton right now. Well, the line is headed up a little bit. Wait a minute. Is this a stale line at Heritage? I'm seeing 5 at Pinnacle, 4 at Heritage, and no, it is 4. Wow. So this line is all over the place. A lot of places have 4.5s, but Bet365 and Pinnacle are both at 5, and Heritage is Heritage and Bookmaker both are down at 4. Interesting. So let's see. So we can give you Hamilton -4, -114. We'll give you that one. Hamilton -4, -114. Again, that's at Heritage right now, and Bookmaker also has 4. Pinnacle and Bet365 are up at 5. Everywhere else at 4.5. So there we go. Kickoff is 7 minutes away, and the market still can't decide where this line should be. Interesting stuff there, Jim. Very interesting. Yes. And Underdog says, wow, June Jones of Atlanta and Hawaii. Yes, June Jones of Atlanta and Hawaii. And so, yeah, I'm on the Ticats -4. I think that they're going to be a team we can trust at home. Like Kobe was talking about, just blindly trusting the Stamps at home. I think the Ticats might be the same kind of a team. Not bad. I like it. Jimmy the Bag. All right. Now you want to move back to WNBA? Yes, I am. Right. I have been listening to everybody's calls and plays on the Atlanta-Minnesota game. But the main thing that I heard was from Atlanta's coach talking about the Lynx. She was saying that they're so talented, their starters are so talented, you've got to get to their bench, and then when they bring their starters back, you've got to get to their legs. If there was anything I kept preaching, even on every rebound, it was run, run. And I think that's the only way to try to get at the Lynx is to run. I'm going to take the full game over here. The Dream ended 9-game losing streak against Minnesota with a 76-74 win in Atlanta. Minnesota has been on a tear since then. You know, clearly they look like, I mean, I shouldn't say clearly. I've got more study to do in this league, but they look like they're the class of this league. During this streak, they've beaten Phoenix. Their run of 8 straight. They've beaten the Seattle Storm, which seems like it's everybody's sexy pick. Maya Moore and Sylvia Fowles have stepped up in a big way. Moore erupted for a season-high 32 points in that win over the Storm on Tuesday. Fowles 28 and 17 are 11th double-double, tops in the league. The Dream are on the second of 3 straight road games, and I think they have their legs right now. I am going to be taking the full game over.
All right, you want the full game over in that one. Let me just find where that one is. Some interesting line moves are coming in MLB. Let's see, the Minnesota-Atlanta game. You want Minnesota-Atlanta. Okay, you know that Atlanta's a big defense-oriented team, though.
I do.
Yes, but they are on the road. A lot of times these defense-oriented teams, their game plan isn't as effective on the road. The LA Sparks are a perfect example of that. All right, so the line has moved down from the opening. We can give you 155 minus 108. That's at Pinnacle right now. Jim's going to take Minnesota over 155 minus 108. There's been a big line move in that Milwaukee-Cincinnati game favoring Cincinnati, which is kind of interesting. All right, let's see what's going on there. I hope that doesn't mean anyone's out for wow, and the total has not moved. So a big line move favoring Cincinnati in that one.
And here we go with King Rail's plays. I'll read them out loud.
Okay,
first
yes.
half, Mercury minus 4.5. Lean under 81 first half. Full game, +4, and I'm missing that. Riding with plus money and fresh legs. Nothing yet for Sparks Aces. Lean over 75.5 first half. And those are his Twitter plays.
So let's see. Yes, Mercury likes Mercury in the first half. Leans under 81 on the first half, and full game +4. And,
sorry, I understand that totally. So he's moving away then on the full game from the Mercury, right?
He's saying first half Mercury minus 4.5. Got it. Under 81 first half. Got it. And then full game +4 and money line.
Yeah, I don't quite. I'm
not
kind of lost there.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll figure.
Yes, that's what happens when people become oracles. They're the more.
Oh, that's like the Sky +4. Okay.
Okay. We had the same deal with the native queen. You know, the more accurate her plays became, the harder it was to ascertain what the plays were. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle of Oracle level handicappers, which King Rail obviously is about to join in the WNBA. All right, so let's see other comments here. Other comments coming in, Jim.
And then I do have a final WNBA play when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
I am taking the Aces here +7. I know this is a tricky spot against the Sparks, and the Sparks are probably coming in angry after that loss to Seattle. The main reasons that this Aces team, and I've been following them now for a little while, Asia Wilson looks very, very good. 20.2 points per game, third best in the league, 8.9 rebounds a game. And then Kayla McBride also hammering 18.7 points per game. Both these teams, I guess, opposite ends when it comes to defense, with LA being the stingiest team and the Aces allowing the second most. But Ogumake not going to be in the lineup. I think that helps. And I'm going to take the points here with Vegas at home.
Okay, I was thinking the same way. I was a little bit miffed, or not miffed, but confused by the line move in favoring the Sparks. Obviously, the Sparks are great, but I was feeling the same way. I wouldn't necessarily want Vegas early, but 7.5. This is a scrappy team with young legs. They fight to the end, even when they're down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why they're such a big home dog here, Jim. Did you get any feedback from any of the people you run with about this game, or?
King Rail says, I love that play. Okay,
Yes,
there we go.
That's what I was going to say.
there
I was
we
going to
go.
say I was surprised that I didn't see that as an early no-brainer play from King Rail. Now King Rail's saying he does love it. That's going to put me on it as well. I bet it. I was definitely leaning that way.
Underdog says bookmaker has 7.5.
Well, most places have 7.5.
Beautiful.
It's all. That's what I'm saying. The line is getting bet up. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So let's see. Vegas plus 7.5. The best line we can offer right now would be minus 107. That's the line at Pinnacle, and I will take that one as well. Vegas plus 7.5, minus 107. Don't quite understand the line movement, but I am disagreeing with it, and I'm going to join Jimmy the Bag and King Rail on the Aces plus the points. Let's see. In MLB, just one quick question, Jim. I know you follow Detroit and Toronto. You follow Toronto very closely.
Sure.
I was thinking about first 5 innings under 5 here. It seems like both these lineups are a little bit sluggish, as you've said. Liriano can be good when he's got a lot of rest, and Stroman first start back was good. It was questionable that he's making comments saying that he feels like he's doing well when he pitches 85%, so he's going to keep trying to do that. But I'm thinking that this might be a nice little play on the first 5 innings under. No, you don't.
No,
you don't think
you
so?
know what? I do think so. And I was talking to Nostra a lot about this game, and he was talking about how Stroman just can always get out of trouble with
the
those
sinker.
ground balls.
Yes.
What line would you be getting?
Well, it's 5. I wouldn't take it at 4.5, but at a full 5, I think I will. This is a very borderline play, but I'm going to take that one. Toronto, Detroit, first 5 innings under 5, minus 111. That's the current line at Pinnacle.
And this game starts in 7 minutes.
It starts in 5 minutes. So I'm taking that one. Let me see, and I'm thinking about throwing on the overs in this Atlanta St. Louis.
Okay, I'm
game.
going to take that. I'm going to tail that first 5 play.
You sure?
Yeah, and while you're talking, I'm going to bet it, so I'm going to need like about 2 minutes.
Okay, here you go. Jim's going to take Detroit, Toronto. First 5 innings under 5, minus 111. And I was also thinking about the full game under at 9, and the Detroit first 5 innings team total under at 2. Those are all definite leans that I have. The full game under at 9. Are these lineups to be feared or not, Jim? Detroit, Toronto.
No, absolutely not.
They are not, right? Why would we
Absolutely
fear
not.
these lineups?
Well, we fear their bullpens, not as
Right.
much Detroit as Toronto. So I'm much more comfortable with the first 5.
Yes. Okay. And then I'm also thinking about, once again, Atlanta and St. Louis. This total is getting bet down a little bit. I did take Atlanta minus 1. We have had some commenters that we respect predicting a good start from Tehran here, but I'm not sure I'm buying that one. And I was thinking about the full game over on this one, maybe the first half over. And again, this line just is headed down. If it was 4, I would definitely grab it. Right now, though, it's 4.5. The big question is, both question marks for both starting pitchers, but Mikolas, he's been lights out. How long can this last? Definitely not forever, but will it last here for this start? I'm not exactly sure. My sense is one of these guys gets a hit just a little bit, right? Atlanta, St. Louis. No? First 5 innings over, full game over?
I feel like it's a tricky spot. I don't like Mikolas that much in this spot, and I just no longer know what Tehran's going to do. But for whatever reason, sometimes when he's on the road in these warm weather games, I have faith in him, and but not enough to put my money on it. So I think it's a real tricky spot.
Yes. Let's see. Other comments here. Other comments. I'm just looking for other comments. Let's see. I'm looking for comments here. I'm just scanning the comments. Trunku says, does Pete have a CFL play today besides Jim's Tycat? Yes, Trunku. I did give earlier in the week BC plus 6.5. Now I'm worried that I'm on the wrong side of that one.
I've got that game capped heavy. I've got 2 plays on that game.
All right. Why don't you go into that one, Jim? Do you have anything?
Sorry,
you need a few more minutes?
No, I just need like 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Okay, Ron Walsek says, fade Montreal on Saturday, lay the 10 points. Yes, Montreal last year was at times an auto fade, even as a massive underdog. And based on the way this season has gone so far, it might be the case with them to start the season as well.
Ron Walsek also is big on this Aces spot as well, and was pushing me in that direction.
Okay. All right. So, Jim, are you done?
Yeah,
are you
I'm
ready
done.
here?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the second game, CFL tonight. Once again, earlier in the week, I jumped on BC. I did get 7. It's now down to 6.5 or 6. I will say that I took most of it back. Edmonton, once again, is a salty team at home with the best quarterback in the league, and that's not something you really want to be betting against, right, Jim?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the Lions really showed nothing against the Alouettes. They did show, I mean, this is Wally Bono's last season. I think they're going to be a defensively sound team. I don't think Jennings is the quarterback he was in 2016. We're all waiting for him to show it. He's not showing it. This is a fresh team that's been off for 2 weeks, but God, this is not a good spot for them against the Eskimos. They've completely called out their defense. The defense, press conference after press conference. I mean, this is a big deal in Alberta. The Eskies, they're hosting a Grey Cup this year. Eskimos are clearly looking for a bounce-back performance. That was a very disappointing 38-21 loss at the hands of the Ticats. Lions have had 2 weeks off since their 22-10 win over Montreal, and then we just see what the Bombers do to Montreal. It's hard to trust this. Odell Willis is making his return to the Eskies as a BC Lion. He's a fan favorite. Talks a lot, and people really like this guy. And he's good friends with Mike Riley, but Riley's like, I'm just going to completely tune Odell and not pay any attention to him. Eskimos are dominating this matchup from the last few years. They swept last year's 3-0, but all the contests were not decided until the final 3 minutes of play. The Lions have lost 11 of their last 14 road games. Edmonton had 102 total yards of second half offense. Because of this amount of second half offense. Oh, and here's a note that I put on the wrong thing about this Chicago Liberty spot. Was when the Chicago won with the Liberty, beat them 80-76 on May 20th. New York was playing without Prince and Vaughn.
Yes.
And Vaughn's been completely calling out this Liberty team, saying they can do better, they need to do better.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know why that's in my CFL stuff. But because of how bad their offense is looking, and how I think that Lions should have a sound defense all year, because of that, I'm not only taking the Eskimos, I'm also taking the under in this Lions Eskimos game.
Okay, so let's move on to let me see. Let me do some line shopping here for you, Jimmy the Bag. Eskimos best line is Heritage actually is hanging 6 right now, so we can give you 6 minus 112. Edmonton -6 minus 112. The rest of the market does appear to be at 6.5, but we can give you 6 minus 112 at Heritage. Pinnacle has 6.5 minus 106, and then the under. Let me just check that one. The best line for the under, BC and Edmonton. I was leaning that way as well, actually, Jimmy the Bag, on the under on this game. Let's see, 55 or 55.5. So we can give you 55.5 minus 110.
Perfect.
Edmonton under 55.5 minus 110. So that means you must also be liking the BC team total under. Yes,
which I looked at very closely. My book, I believe it was offering it at 23.5.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you can get there. Yes, I like that play. But just in case, what we saw from the Eskimos against Hamilton might be their reality, I still think the game goes under, even if the Eskimos don't cover.
Yeah.
So that's the
right.
reason why I didn't end up taking it.
Okay, I was leaning under as well, Jimmy the Bag, and let me just think about this one. And you know what? I will throw that one on as a second play as well. That was a play I was thinking about. I'm going to take the under in this one, also with Jimmy the Bag, 55.5 minus 110. I will throw that one on there. Although I'm going to stick with my play with BC plus 6.5. You know, I mean Edmonton might be salty, but I could easily see this one also, kind of going down to the wire and their saltiness, pulling it out late. I don't know. I feel like I'm on the wrong side, but
well, you got a fresh football team
Yes.
going up against a team that's dealing with injuries.
Yes, exactly, and getting points.
Yeah, so
in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
so there's a reason. I agree. You shouldn't hedge it out. Jace Gum says I'm on the over in the Edmonton game. I know it's a lot of points until I see Edmonton actually step up. I can't take an under in this game. If you want a chance to step up, I really think the BC Lions are going to have a pedestrian offense this year. It's a really nice opportunity for them. Jason Campbell says BC only just scraped home against Montreal. Can't see them covering against Edmonton looking for revenge. I think that's where I stand, but I do see the side of a fresh team going against an injury-riddled team that's questioning themselves.
All right, so let's take this time to go over all the plays that we've given just in the afternoon show. This does not count any of the plays that we gave in the morning show or earlier in the week. Jim has given Edmonton -6, Edmonton under 55.5, Baltimore over 10, San Francisco, Arizona over 7, Cleveland run line plus 100, Vegas Aces plus 7.5, Liberty -3.5, Detroit Toronto first half under 5, Hamilton -4, and the Minnesota game over 155. That's all the plays that Jim has given in the afternoon show. I have given Vegas Aces plus 7.5, Detroit Toronto first half under 5, Atlanta -1, White Sox team total over 4.5, White Sox Texas first half over 6. Keep on going. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, first half over 5.5. Milwaukee, second half, -125. Yankees, second half, +105. Milwaukee, first half, team total over 2.5, -102. Cincinnati, first half, team total over 2.5. San Francisco, full game, team total over 3. The San Francisco game over 7, -114. And also the Edmonton CFL game under 55.5, -110. Those are all the plays that we've given just in the afternoon show. The morning show plays I reviewed in the start of this show, and the only leans that I still have hanging here are the overs in Atlanta, St. Louis. I want to take the first 5 over 4.5 and the full game over at 8.5. Both at plus money. Those are the only leans that I still have kind of hanging and thinking about. What do you think, Jim?
About your leans?
Yeah, those are the only 2 leans that I've got that I'm still thinking about giving anyway.
Can you repeat them again?
First 5 innings and full game over in Atlanta against St. Louis. Mikolas obviously has been friggin' awesome. Maybe he's coming down to earth. Tehran obviously can be awesome, but more likely than not, percentage-wise, he gets hit.
I think that would be a play that I would make. I have a lean towards both of those as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I don't, but I just have this feeling that Tehran is not. These are the times he seems to step up on the road and in warm weather. But yeah, what line are you getting on them?
Well, 4.5 at plus money and 8.5 at plus money on the full game.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Wait, what do you mean these are times? Why would this be a time when he would step up?
Because he historically pitches well on the road, and he historically is very comfortable in hot weather.
How do you know that?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's a warm weather. He always does well in hot, humid situations, whereas some guys like we were talking about CC don't. I've been a Tehran fan from the beginning, and I've expected more from him all the time. And I kept backing him at home last year and losing money off of it.
Yeah. All right. I have given Atlanta -1 in this one. I've definitely given Atlanta -1, and I decided, okay, I will take a shot with it. I'll take the first 5 over, just the first 5 only, not the full game. I'll take the first 5 innings. Atlanta, St. Louis over 4.5 plus 103. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Atlanta, St. Louis first half over 4.5 plus 103, and but I won't take the full game over, even though Atlanta's bullpen is suspect, and this one could easily be a 4-4 game that sneaks over. The full game over would be a lean, but I'm just going to stick with the first 5 innings over right now, and I guess that's it. Did we cover everything, Jim?
We did. We covered everything. Maybe I simplified things with Julio being from Colombia and growing up around hot weather when Mikolas has played the last 3 years in Japan and then pitched in San Diego, which was almost always cooler weather in the summer. Maybe I'm just simplifying it a little.
Yeah.
And Kyle Jack's giving us super rugby plays, leans for tomorrow, and I've copied and pasted them. I'm going to keep an eye on him. He's got the Highlanders to win by 1 to 12 points at plus 170.
I'm going to write that down. Highlanders 1 to 12 at plus 170.
Yes, and he's got the Hurricanes minus 10.5 at minus 110.
Hurricanes minus 10.5 at minus 110.
And then he says he's going to throw a few rugby picks every Friday for you guys. Best matches are on the weekends. That's great. I love that,
great.
Kyle.
That is great. The only thing we didn't get to though is World Cup, Jim. What do you think about? I mean, the games tomorrow.
Yeah.
We discussed these in depth earlier in the week. We were thinking that I guess people were thinking that FIFA wants Messi versus Ronaldo showdown. Other people were suggesting that France is vulnerable, that they don't have the team chemistry to get to be a reliable bet here. You have anything about either of the World Cup games that are coming up on tomorrow, I guess?
Well, I've seen big line movement already. If you can see, you can see, at least if I remember correctly, it looks like France has gotten a ton of cash on them. They're now plus 140 here on the 3-way to plus 260 for Argentina. To me, I still feel like there's value with Argentina. I know they've looked bad, but they're an older squad. And then Uruguay, Portugal. I like Uruguay, and I think it's going to be very tight, and maybe move towards the under here. Let's see what people have to say here. Barca Man, nice. Barca Man's still with us. Says Argentina made many changes, so Aguero are out. Wow, Aguero's out. Wow, that's very interesting. He believes that the winner will be in overtime, and it will be a close game. Very
Okay, Barcelona says value Argentina. The Reaver says Argentina loses. See, there you go. That's why it's so hard to handicap these games.
XBO399 says France are going to choke. The Reaver says Argentina. Yeah, you said that.
There you go. There you go.
Melee Payless Way, Portugal, Uruguay, both teams to score. Bill Butlicker, 0-0 first half and full game Portugal and penalties.
All right. Well, this has been a pretty good show. We tried to get everything we wanted to get to, and we got to most of it. I'm sure there were a lot of comments that we would love to have addressed that just slipped by us. I would love to have made a few more jokes here and there, but overall, I think we gave some jokes as well in the show.
There was some wild stuff.
I'm saying? Some rusty trombone jokes, right? If rusty trombone style jokes, if Urban Dictionary porn style jokes are your thing, we had that for you.
Did.
So, and now we'll just wrap up the week with your favorite part of the show and ours, Lumpy Nuts Larry's play of tomorrow. Lumpy Nuts Larry's play of tomorrow. He's coming off a winner, isn't he?
He sure is.
What was the winner yesterday?
Wozniacki.
Oh, yes.
In the semis.
Nice job. Lucrative Larry. Congrats on your winner yesterday, pal.
I'm sure it surprises nobody. I am a very well-known grass course specialist. Wozniacki casher. Not a surprise to anybody. Yet, we have a very exciting game tomorrow. Uruguay, Portugal. And I'm taking the first half draw at minus 120. I bet 365. Make the money.
Okay, there you go. Lucrative Larry draw in Uruguay, Portugal tomorrow. Ooh, what a week. Hope you cashed Lucrative Larry. And we, of course, will be back on Monday, 12 o'clock Eastern time. Huge shout out, huge amount of love to all the commenters for all your, oh my God, what great comments
they're
today.
Incredible.
We got Rugby Plays. We got a guy going around to sports books in Vegas telling people they should watch the show. Oh, just so many comments. I don't even know where to start. Thank you so much to everyone. We'll be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time on Monday.